The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Judy Benesh. I'm sure you all know who I am. Oh my God, if you don't, so I'm so sorry. Otherwise, this is Vampire Hidden City. Welcome. It's season 2. I can't believe I'm doing this again. That's fine. Spotter, hit us in or take us out. What? Do the thing, please.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Antera, and tonight we'll be playing Spotter, the Nosferatu.
Oh, sorry, I forgot what order we went. Hey, everybody, yeah. I am Mama McStabber. Hey, we're doing this live. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm Mama McStabber, and I am playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Bruja. But for this first scene tonight, I will actually be playing Edith Bobane of Clan Nosferatu.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Levi R., and I will be playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez of Clan Gangrel. But during this first scene, I will be playing Cedric Calhoun of Clan Nosferatu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kai or Glaciate, and I normally play Bastion of the Clan Toreador, but for the first part, I'll be playing Martin of the Clan Nosferatu.
And hello, I'm Maddox. I normally play Dr. Theo Smith of the Clan Tremere, but for this first bit, I will be Waneka of the Nosferatu.
I will be playing April, one of the elders of the Nosferatu, and we're going to find all of them, except for Edith at the moment, at the Elysium. And this Elysium, actually, we're going to the Art Museum because people have been hanging out there a little bit longer. They've been going between different Elysiums. And tonight, there is a massive showing. And the showing is more of the Edo time period of Japan, where there's actually a international Italian artist, that had brought in all of his wood blocks from different periods because he had actually helped Japan revitalize their paper money system. And did all the word blocking and everything. And now this is being shown in the art museum. And it's not just Toreador. Everyone's here because it's more of a celebrated international event. Who doesn't want to be seen? So we find our Nosferatu there tonight. And anyone can come in at any time.
And all the Nosferatu are there, but most of them are unseen.
One that isn't unseen is Martin. He is walking around, smooching people and going, "Hey, how you doing? You needing anything?" and things like that. Real casual like. And he is just waiting for the show. He's paid a lot of money to have coincidental big event happening tonight. So a lot of kindred of the city would be here.
Good evening, Martin.
Cedric? How's it going?
It's going pretty well. I imagine you're doing the usual pulling in favors and making deals.
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, do you like this exposition? I heard it costed a lot.
I'm sure you know down to the penny how much it cost. You're as bad as a Ventru.
Now you are just being a little facetious.
Am I?
Now, how are the expectations for tonight?
I believe everything should go off without a hitch. We've done the background work to make sure everyone in the clan is already mended fences, and now it's just a matter of the last piece falling into place.
I am not one generally to get into this part of the dealings of the clan, but, well, you all requested my help. I went around asking a few people what they could do and things like that, you know, greasing a few hands.
Of course. And the clan will pay you back, as you know.
As it should. But
we take care of our own.
I think at this point, Spotter's going to walk up, detached from some crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Spotter.
Hey, you good?
Oh,
I'm well. Have you met Martin?
I have. Good to see him slumming it with the rest of the clan tonight.
can't be caught here in such bad company, I'm afraid. But I assume we're down to a few. Eventually everyone's gonna come, and well, and is it okay to the two of you be talking around? People are going to notice.
Oh, yeah,
we've patched things up. Well,
yeah.
I'm not sure that your ghoul is still unhappy with you, Spotter.
My jaw still hurts, but you know.
I got a thing for that if you need it.
I've decided not to mend it. I left it as a reminder.
Your choices.
Good to have reminders.
There is a light pressure on Spotter's and Cedric's shoulders.
Oh, Jesus.
As Wineka is suddenly there. So good.
Wineka.
So good to see the relationship mended. And then he'll take his hand off.
We do what we must for the good of the clan.
As always, and forever.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see friendships going like this.
Good to see you, Martin. So happy you could make it.
I've been talking to your people, Wineka, recently.
They said so.
I'm glad things are working out in all fronts.
I'm just glad we can focus on whatever the next problem's going to be.
Don't worry. There's always a sharp rock to pop the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And we just
You know
happened.
where that is, don't you?
Oh, I'm feeling a little inappropriate with so many elders here.
Why?
I'm still getting used to it.
Want to show up?
I'm feeling like a child.
Oh, should we get you a rattle?
I'm good at getting things for others.
Oh, please let me help you.
A bib might be more appropriate. Sometimes his deals can get a little messy.
A little. I've had to clean up a few of his deals.
And
You
you
hear
were
a deep,
compensated for
resonating
that.
chuckle at that joke. And you turn and see somewhat pale Nosferatu with wizened eyes and a coy grin on his face. He's wearing a long black overcoat with a vibrant red scarf around his neck. And strapped to his back is an Ottoman sword. Hello, everyone.
Cedric takes off his hat, puts it to his chest, and bows for a second.
Well, shit. Do we have to behave
Primogen.
now?
What everyone in the Silesia is seeing is Primogen Khalid al-Rashid. Even sounds just like him.
Winnek will actually reach forward and offer his hand to Khalid.
He takes it and gives it a firm shake.
Good to see you again.
And you, Wineka.
Been a while since we did business, Khalid.
Indeed, Martin.
Salute.
Spotter, thank you for
Salute.
returning my sword.
Of course. Didn't feel right having it.
Hopefully you sharpened it first.
Probably would have broken it.
It's been well cared for.
Have you all seen how the others are reacting to what I'm assuming will be something groundbreaking?
I mean, all of us are here in the same room, so they have to imagine something's up.
The Roses are certainly trying to be subtle.
I've paid plenty for having their full attention, however.
You guys
Khalid
will
just kind
notice.
of turns and looks around the room.
Elysium has stopped. They all see that Khalid has come back into Elysium. He has been missing for quite some time. Everyone believes that he has gone on his usual walkabouts. And they have all noticed that he is standing there. He's got his sword, but at the same time, they're all wondering what's going on because they see who Khalid is standing with. All the Nosferatu elders who normally don't show up to Elysium.
And he speaks in a commanding voice that carries. Khalid al-Rashid was an Ottoman commander. Thank you all for being here this evening to witness a historic event for this city. He takes his sword out, not aggressively, holds it flat against his hand, turns to Cedric. Cedric Calhoun, as we have discussed privately, there are certain clan matters that require my attention. I am entrusting you to handle clan matters in this domain. He hands the sword to you.
Cedric takes the sword and bows. I will do my best to ensure the safety and prosperity of the clan.
I am certain of that. Now, I will be here for another hour if anyone has any requests to make of me, but please acknowledge the now primogen of Clan Nosferatu, Cedric Calhoun.
Martin takes a look around to see the reactions.
A pin could drop at this moment and it would echo like a gunshot. It's only a few minutes later. And I'm not talking like a long pause. I'm thinking more 2, maybe 3 minutes. And that's when the clapping starts. And it's actually led by Jackson. And then all the other primogens kick in. All of the other kindred present There's a lot of kindred in the city because ratios and such. And they all start clapping for Calhoun. Eventually, you'll see 8-Ball clapping as she can, and goes on from there.
Spotter actually, when he heard Khalid speak commandingly, he actually went into a parade rest to listen, and he was just kind of like focused on that. And now that the clapping started, he kind of like, like, what the hell are they doing? And he just joins in with the clapping.
And
Cedric
they all-
sheaths the sword, not on his back like Khalid had it, but at his waist.
And they all looked at Calhoun for a speech.
The last few years have been restless for the city. But with the responsibility that has been given to me, I am going to work with my fellow Primogens and with the Prince to make sure that Chicago is the most secure, the safest, and the most prosperous of all cities under the Camarilla. We will make this city the crown jewel, the city that every other Camarilla domain aspires to be.
And again, a whole bunch of applause. And Jackson comes over, offers his hand to Calhoun, welcomes him in.
He takes hand and shakes it firmly.
And, Jackson says, let's keep this party going. And he'll go back up to where he is and he'll just give Calhoun a wink going, they're going to talk later, but,
Mm-hmm.
I leave it back to the players now.
Once again, Spotter on the opposite shoulder from last time, as Wineka is suddenly next to him again. This time he doesn't take his hand off his shoulder, though.
He'll kind of like lean in.
That was harder than I expected.
Yeah, it's knowing something and admitting something.
And Spotter would see out of the corner of his eye that Wineka is wiping away a blood tear.
I'll actually give his hand a pat.
I believe now that our drama has passed, you should start getting more involved in Neptune's education.
I agree. I've been thinking of trying to get him set up with other younger. He can learn a lot from us, but
we almost have his smuggling operation up and running.
Good.
There's been mortal hiccups that we have to contend with, but nothing drastic.
We should talk. I have a sizable piece of real estate under the pier.
That would be immensely helpful.
I thought so. Good. Well, yeah. I don't. Kind of at a loss for words. It's a relief and just you wait. I'll show up at your doorstep with more bad news.
However, I anticipated that.
But have you anticipated what?
You coming by with more bad news of some sort that happened to the city where I have to look at you and go, why? What did you do now?
It's a fair question.
The strangest part is most of the time, from what I've understood, he hasn't been responsible for 90% of it.
The folly of the helper, man.
It's the truth. I try not to, but well, suppressing one's nature is difficult sometimes.
And now that there's more of a gathering, Wineka is paying less attention to specifically Spotter, and every Nosferatu can at least tell that his eyes keep cutting back to Khalid.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay?
Khalid has just found himself an interesting display to observe.
I am doing fairly. Fairly miserable.
Oh, well, that's
But
only
it will
number one.
pass.
Do you need more fortification for your tent city?
Not as of yet. Things have stabilized. We're starting to get a routine on our patrols again.
Offer for extra help in there is still open.
As always, I will accept it.
I'll even charge a little less, considering the whole situation.
Owing you is better than not being around, Martin. And I'm always willing to help you.
Charging less is probably standard market rate for Martin.
At least for family.
Exactly.
Gotta keep it fair.
Absolutely.
I don't think he shoots an eye at our new Primogen. I don't think it would be best to deal with unfairness in clan.
That would be a priority for me to deal with.
So are you already tired of how often you're having to talk to all of them?
No. What's best for the clan? What's best for the city?
Getting us unified was extremely important.
Give him 100 years.
100 years will be a different society.
One can hope. People will actually go over and stand next to Khalid to kind of show a little bit of unification, but kind of just gently, softly shoulder for a second and quietly underneath her right to Khalid. Are you doing okay?
Oh, perfectly well. Thank you, April.
Want to make sure you're not going to lose too much.
All will be fine.
Promise.
Indeed.
Do you want me to stop by and check up on you later?
You're always welcome to if you wish.
Never a clear answer, huh?
And you just get a coy grin in response.
Fine. One day, I want just one simple answer, really.
Now, where's the fun in that?
Oh, I can tell you a lot of fun that doesn't have to deal with coy answers.
From the other side of the room, Wineka just goes, "Oh, look, 8-Ball's got her frustrated face." Which is really impressive because 8-Ball wears a veil, so how can you see her face?
Khalid will just see 8-Ball just kind of go like this.
Now, manners.
Are you kidding? I rewrote that book. Why, there's sometimes I can act like how does Spotter put it? An unobedient child. I have to run his goal through a couple of things just to get her back on track from the kidnapping. So this is going to be fun. But if you do need anything, you're going to tell me, yes?
I'll think about it.
kind of rolls her eyes for a moment. Please don't let the century pass without the thinking about it, will you? I'll let you to your. She kind of looks around what Kelly was looking at.
Yeah, and Khalid was looking at, because this is the wood blocks used for printing in the Japanese currency and stuff. Khalid has never shown interest in Japanese handicrafts or arts. However, a certain child of his most certainly has. Even the style of how she tattoos is Japanese. So, but he is very interested in the handicraft of how these blocks were carved and used in making the imagery on the money, on the rag.
I'll leave you to your exploring wood. Is that what's it's called? I don't know what this is called. This is an architecture.
This was an early form of printing.
Yeah, I could tell you how to build a building. I have no idea about this.
It's a way of building society.
Not my forte. Again, hence why you do hence why your child does the tattooing and I just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the rest of your time here.
Two, don't be a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll walk right back to where the guys are giggling about her frustration face underneath the fucking veil. Assholes.
For a quick second, as the former protogen looks this way, Wineka will lock eyes with him and just mouth, "May they rest in peace."
And he just nods.
And then he'll go back to the conversation with the rest of the elders.
You don't really need to see through the veil to know when 8-Ball's frustrated. You just pay attention to her body language.
It was the slight wiggle of her head moving forward that always gives away the frustration.
It's the first thing you learn, and I see it every time I speak to her.
I was thinking more the tension in her shoulders from holding herself back from slapping
The
the
twitching in
person
the
she's
hand as
talking
well.
to. Mm-hmm.
Are you all quite done with Are you all quite done with trying to list all the things I do, which now I will not do, just to incite more of you to look at it?
All it means is we'll analyze even newer tics you've developed.
It's a good thing you didn't know me 100 years ago, Wineka.
Come by the tent city sometime. We can catch up over tea.
You can drink tea.
No, but the sentiment's nice.
Mm.
I can perhaps get you some tea that you can drink.
There
No
is some
place
available.
already.
Some other time.
Khalid is perusing the various displays, and he actually walks closer to spot her and just barely whispers a word. As in questioning, he'd like to have a word with you.
Yep. He'll nod to the others.
And he will take you with him as he looks through various displays to move away from certain crowds of other vampires. And he takes out of his overcoat from an inside pocket something that is wrapped in linen and says, I understand you and some of your associates are dealing with matters of, and he looks around, ancient importance.
Nods.
I've collected a lot of information that may be beneficial to you. And hands the linen wrapped object to you, and it's basically a leather-bound notebook that has pages that have been carefully glued back in, like they had been ripped out, and Edith found them.
Spotter realizes he's holding at least a piece of Khalid's notebook right now.
And says, I believe it's complete.
He kind of blinks. Complete.
Know your enemies.
That is a lesson I'm learning very quickly.
And out of character, Spotter, please take on your character sheet the 3rd level lore sheet perk for Khalid. Yep, the 3rd level. You now have Khalid's notebook.
Shit.
That gives you information on Helena and Menely. Mm-hmm.
He was at odds with them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Or Khalid's.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
And Edith, as his child, would have hunted for his information.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This means he's just kind of stammering. He's like, thank you. We will put this to good use.
I'm certain of it. I do wish you well.
And you too.
And with that, Khalid leaves Spotter where he is holding the notebook. And wanders around the Elysia once more. And then just walks out. Because Khalid does that.
As soon as Khalid leaves, Martin kind of looks up and down. And there he goes. I tried to hitch him a ride, but he wouldn't have it.
Probably unnecessary for him.
Well, I'm going to walk around as well. There's plenty of people that I need to check on, see if they did their job right.
Oh, you mean collect on your boons?
I tried not to be so crass in my language. I find the clientele behaves best when they see a layer of friendship.
What do you all think? I'll say he gets 6 boons before the end of the evening.
6? That's going low ball.
He just got into town.
I'd say no
Still.
less than 12. Come on, Howloon, pony up.
I'm gonna go. I think both of you are underestimating Martin just a little bit. I'd say he can probably get 15, especially with the Toreador slavering after any kind of gossip they can get about what's been going on with our clan now.
Look at all the little fillies around my child. They're all wanting to know what he got.
I also want to know what Spotter got. He looks at Spotter.
Spotter's
What's your bet?
He's still over there. He's just kind of like looking at it.
Ooh,
like he hasn't.
He's down there.
He doesn't come
He's
back
in
yet.
reverence of it. He's like, fuck.
He looks at Spotter, but I think perhaps Spotter needs a few minutes.
I mean, he could be a dumbass, but he knows what he has in his hands.
I'll walk around, see what I can get, and if any of you needs anything, you know where to find me. I'll
Of
be in
course.
town much more often now.
Enjoy your
Oh.
walkabout.
And Martin gives a reverence. and starts walking off in the direction of the other kindred of the Elysia.
Calhoun, 15? He just walked in. I don't think he'd have 15 in him just yet.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have before you and Waneka underestimated him, but now he's going to be incentivized to prove you wrong.
I would never lowball him. I just wanted to tease him. I haven't done that in a couple of years.
Mhm.
When placing bets, you need more than two options. I had to lowball.
That's fair.
I'm just glad none of you cracked the joke about being an 8-ball. And she'll actually walk over to Spatter. Go ahead. Sorry. Go for it.
Wasn't going to say anything. That was literally it.
She'll gently kind of nudge his elbow.
He kind of shakes his head. And, oh, 8-ball.
Spatter. So, you do realize that people are now swarming around you, right?
Hey, look. You scowl at them. Water scowls at them.
Oh, don't even. Are you going to be showing it off, or are you going to be turning around and hiding it?
Oh, B. The option is B.
Then hide it in your coat.
Yeah. He kind of like looks a little flustered for a second and kind of he just shoves it kind of it tries to be conspicuous with everyone watching him. But it probably
Just kind of just like
look, you knew what you got.
I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been how many years since
Leopards don't change their spots.
No, but some leopards can get healed at some point.
Fair.
I mean, you've got it, but you do have a Toreador in your group. I mean, you've got Taylor, you've got Magnus. They haven't told you how to be a smooth operator. I would never bring Theo into this. We all know Tremere are not smooth.
He's getting better.
I'm sure he is, at least from what I've heard. A little. Again, I haven't taught you how to be smooth and kind of.
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Oh, don't tell me about your Philly girlfriend. I don't need to know any of that. Charlie tells me enough. She's still angry at you.
I know.
Okay, that's good.
I know. But it's like the Chicago angry. She's getting over it, but she still needs to be angry to save face.
She kind of gently puts you on your thing going, if this is what makes you feel better at night and actually in the morning to sleep, I'm not going to burst your bubble.
Nope. Thank you. Appreciate that. But anyways, yeah, that was we're still in the same spot, right? We haven't moved from.
I have moved. Not unless we've moved.
No, I kind of lean in. It's like that's just a parting gift that might help with a future problem. An ancient future problem.
Eyes open, ears open, I'm assuming.
Correct.
All right. Well, I have an appointment with your ghoul, and then I'm going to stop by and say hello to Edith. Do you need anything, or are you fine?
No, this was a little bit of the whole night's been a bit of a surprise, honestly. That was as well. I won't tell secrets, but tonight was a little tougher than I expected.
Let me guess. Tonight you want to come over and talk?
Well,
I'll keep the door open. All right. Do we hug, handshake, a fist bump? What do you want?
Let's just scowl at each other and storm off.
They can't, apparently, you can't see me scowl because I'm wearing a fucking veil.
I'll scowl for the
Apparently-
both of us.
Do we just do that usual tick twitch that apparently the gentleman in you all decided I have now?
Well, I mean, you do.
At this exact moment, a random neonate comes by and goes, "You're doing the annoyed face again. That man over there with the hat told me to say this." And he walks off.
I hate that man.
Did you invite him? Because I didn't invite him.
No, but Nathan sent him over. I'm out. Goodbye. See you tonight.
See, good scowl, good storm off.
And she walks off. She stops by Calhoun and gives him a nod and then heads out.
All right. I'll rejoin at least one Ecker and Khalid, not Khalid, Cedric, if he's not shaking babies and greasing palms.
And as this scene kind of fades out, where do we find our coterie? And I'm going to actually ask you all, being that we are skipping time, and we ended the first season, and what about October, November-ish? And now we are going into like a late May, a late April, early May of the next year. We are now in 2011. Yay! I hope you all remember what that was like. And we are weeks away from Jackson's big old Princedom convention. What have you all done? And I'm going to start with Spotter. If we can just go down around and tell us, what have you guys been doing? Just a brief little blurb.
Spotter's been it's actually, since the Ashfinder thing has wound down, it's been pretty quiet, relatively quiet for Chicago, at least Kindred in Chicago. So he's had the opportunity to do what Spotter always does, which is walk around the city, just be a part of the city, which he hasn't had really much time to do with the coterie and all the problems. He's also spent time reading the diary, the logbook he got.
Dr. Taylor.
All right. So Taylor's been a bit busy. She's went back to work towards the end of last season. So towards the end of the fall term, she returned to work. And now it's into the spring semester, but over winter break, she and Mark went to Vancouver to see Leonard Cohen perform his final live concert. And that was wonderful. And they returned around the new year, and she went back to the school when it started up after the new year for the spring term. And now, well, actually over spring break, they went to Spain. She also now has a foster childer that she is responsible for. That is Jennifer McKay. And so she has been going to some kickboxing events that Jennifer has been in and getting to know her a bit. And she's also went to Spain over spring break with Mark, which was lovely, and has been back now a few weeks, and it's getting close to graduation. So she is grading final projects and final stuff, getting ready to have the final exams presented to her students. So she is right now in her office at the university, eyeballs deep in grading.
She's grading. Give us an update on you, Magnus.
So Magnus, over the past number of months, has been spending time with Evie, a lot of time with Evie. He's been teaching Misty more about being a gangrel and, how to do all that. And also not only how to be a gangrel, but how to work with those who are not gangrels, who use their prejudices against them. Because if they expect you to be, a wild gangrel, and you can subvert that expectation, you can catch them off guard. Other than that, he's spent some time with the cousins, just building and maintaining relationships there. He did go down to Starved Rock, where Questions had told him to come, and went through a bit of a test by the Sept there. It was an experience he doesn't talk about much to anyone else. But he's been able to build a positive relationship with the Sept there and is continuing to work on that.
Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion in these moments was a little busy. First things first, he went around Elysia, and instead of going, favor mongering and things like that, he actually got to know a lot of the kindred of the city. He went around getting to have names to faces and actually being capable of doing connections. And Bastion has been trying to kind of vie for the harpy position, but not really. He doesn't want a court position. He wants the influence the harpies have, the capacity of knowing everyone and doing everything in that regard. And Bastion is working on that front very openly, in fact. But he doesn't want to undermine the harpies, so much so Bastion is working with them at sometimes, which has been a little contagious in regards to his relationship with Annabelle, because one of the harpies is a very loyalist Toreador, and Annabelle is not very happy of having Bastion around as an influential Toreador in the city, smooshing her font of influence. But, well, not like he's doing any damage to the Toreador, so she can't officially do anything. Other than that, Bastion is also doing some proper education to Paola. In these months that passed through, he managed to negotiate with Kevin, and now Paola is a Ventru. She has been embraced by Edward Neely, person which Bastion has passed a lot of time together. They both have been really close, and not actually in a relationship yet, but perhaps in the future.
More process carrying. Okay. And I've noticed Dr. Smith has a new shirt on. Yay!
Yeah. It's a nice periwinkle dress shirt, yeah.
And so how has Dr. Smith been?
He's been on, well, not cloud nine because it's a Tremere. They don't ever get that happy. But he has he's after the slump and the bit of advice he'd gotten from Taylor, he is doing far better as the Magister of the Chantry now. The apprentices actually engage with his lessons a bit more and actually respect him as a teacher and all that stuff. He is also they're not quite sure why it's happening, but for both his revenants and his ghoul, he seems to be also instructing them as if they were apprentices, which is probably confusing them a little because it's not quite how he usually would have done the blood sorcery stuff with them. And then he's also now been on 2 separate dates with Bianca. They were very drawn and not right next to each other. But they're both very fucking busy, so it's kind of hard for them too. And then he's also, despite the true neutering of the Ashfinder program previously, he still maintains his sleeper agents. So he'll still get them brought in and re-up the internal, what's the term?
The subliminal command.
Yeah, the subliminal stuff.
Submerge directive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just making sure that he can still have his unconscious informants in the thin blood population as he needs them, since these people were all former Ashfinder workers anyways. So he knows that if people get upset with it, he can use that as his defense. And it's been a lot of little things like that, as well as on a more mortal side, he's now gone into business with Dr. Blazovic and her center. He is not a full employee as of yet because he is still locking himself away to do some research and training on other medical techniques to help him integrate better than if he were still just a surgeon for the most part. So that's been mainly what he's been up to.
And on this evening, while the Nosferatu and other people are doing, is there any way that you guys would like to get together or do a little chat? I know somebody won't probably pick up Taylor because Taylor's eyeballs deep in paperwork, and
we
somebody
could
has
meet,
to save her.
We could meet at a. Forgive me if I say this wrong, Magnus. After the end,
Mm-hmm.
we could have a meeting there.
Yeah.
If
Yes,
you all
Taylor.
are up for it.
Oh no, I was just about to say, yeah, no, she has multiple classes that she does. So she has
Actually,
so much work.
Lena, your goals are going to see how much you're doing, and they're going to actually come together as a unified front and say, you need a night off. We got this. We know your criteria.
Thank you, ladies. And she will get up, stretch, because Jesus Christ, she's been hunched over the fucking keyboard for hours.
Not like that hurts for a vampire, but your body gets real stiff.
Stiff, yeah, just stiff. And it's like,
So what
just
happens when you're a
stretch it
fucking
out.
corpse?
Yeah. And she grabs her bag and says, I really do appreciate you. And she kisses them both on the cheek and she leaves.
They'll give you a hug and then kind of gently shoo you off the way you shoo them off for self-care yourself. I'm going to say as you and Theodore start heading there, you all kind of get Spotter and Magnus and Beth, you all get this thing like, you know what, you guys need to connect again. And what better place then in the end, right? It's just this little idea that pops in your head. Like the storyteller's just putting it in there for you. And one of the hostesses will be waiting to see you all arrive. If you all want to arrive, you can voice this.
We're there.
Okay, good. This spunky kind of she's got like this mohawk of multicolored hair going on. She'll go, oh, you guys again, you want your regular room?
That would be perfect.
Question, do y'all want the same stuff that you've been ordering or no?
I have some new ideas this time.
Okay, so menus.
Yes, that would be lovely.
What? I'm sorry.
He'll have a water with ice.
Oh, we already got the fresh water for him. Yeah, that's not a problem. We actually got that in yesterday. However, we just changed our menus and we're now doing tour of the year. Tour of the year is like, what's a Chinese New Year? I don't remember anymore. But that, and then we throw a whole bunch more food in there from different parts of the world that correlate with this year because, shit's happening. So we thought of y'all because we don't know where y'all come from. So fuck it. She'll grab it and she'll go, come on this way. And she will take you to your usual dining room and put them all on the table and go, so I got a water for the decks over. Well, no, hold on. There's tree deck. Okay, so I got the water for the creepy weird deck, for the historic deck and the medical deck. What you want? I mean, literally.
Horchata.
Horchata. Oh, it's fresh or non-fresh? Do you want cinnamon in it?
Fresh with cinnamon, yes.
Okay. Lady Doctor. Water horchata.
I think I would like a mango mojito.
Okay, that's an easy one to remember. Okay, gotta think of a nickname for you two. Right. What you two want?
No.
No, because I was gonna call you Curly, but I mean that can be redundant, so I'm gonna have to actually come up with a better one.
Theo will actually like half nod to Spotter. He's the pretty one.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. So
You can call me Curly.
Nah, we'll just call you Shiny.
Okay.
Because you're shiny.
I figured.
Good. Okay, cool. Shiny and Curly, what you want?
I'll have my usual, which is
Okay.
nothing.
Right. So on the house wine got you. What you want, Shiny?
I'm feeling a little nostalgic tonight.
Okay, how nostalgic are we talking?
It's right around the 1900s France. It's called Poilu.
Yeah, I know that. Well, for a second, I thought you were going to go old
No.
thing of asking for some Norwegian ale that was like fermented in some fucking cave. But okay, that's easy. Got you. And she will head out, leading you all to sit down and talk.
If you turn the lights off in most distilleries, aren't they all technically caves?
Yes. Everything's brewed in the dark.
We absolutely should ask Taylor.
She's probably excavated a cellar.
Oh, I've excavated a number of cellars.
Oh, well, don't brag.
I mean, I didn't mean that as dirty, but you can totally take it that way too.
Now you're just lying. We know that you meant that as dirty.
It's you, Taylor.
I mean, I am what I am. But
No shame.
How are all the turned in assignments progressing?
I have made a lot of progress, but it still was a lot. You know, having multiple classes that I'm head of is a lot. But and having to take time away from them at times to do guest lectures because that's picked up with the work we did in Prague. Oh God. But it's working. It's working. But my gals are covering for me tonight. So
It is. We haven't all met up in some time, have we?
no.
Like, I know I've seen each of you individually throughout this time, but a proper sit down like this, it's been.
Yeah, goodness, I think the last time I saw you guys was before spring break. Mark and I had a fantastic time in Spain.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, city's been quiet. We haven't had to put anybody in the ground.
I know. Shocking. It's like the calm before the storm.
Oh, don't say
There,
that.
there we
There's
go. All right.
There's all those princes in, and you just had to tempt fate.
Well, here, let's at least be in the right mindset. Man, it would be amazing if we all had some shots right now.
Why do you think I ordered alcohol? Okay.
I'm getting backup alcohol.
I mean, we can still do shots, all right?
Taylor,
I will drink you under the table there, pretty boy, all right?
Of course you will. Taylor, it's Tremere philosophy. Contingency, contingency, contingency.
Exactly.
It's almost on cue. The waitress comes in and gives you all of your drinks and then sets all these shots. And you don't know how this happens, but it's your favorite shot. And it's all just lined up in front of you. And then the waitress leaves quietly.
And content probably varies because Theo literally just said some shots. So it was up to the kitchen's interpretation of what that was. So we probably at least each have two.
Without breaking us.
Theo will actually sip his.
There's a flavor I haven't.
Well, Spotter's a tequila guy, so it's tequila.
Oh, and Theo actually turned to Spotter. There's a new Primogen in town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cedric. It's been good. He's been the right person's at that job.
I've heard so much so that my little Plumer was doing the coverage in that whole Elysia thing.
Yeah, that was a little intense. You don't usually all show up at the same place at the same time like that.
I'm sure it was a sight to behold.
It was
Oh.
something.
You should have seen how intimidated most of the other clans were to see all the elders of the Nos there.
I would bet.
And the former Primogen.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mhm.
Khalid showed up, handed over the Primogen ship to Cedric.
Wow.
Could have heard a pin drop.
Yeah.
I believe that.
No one made a peep until the Prince Jackson decided to start clap.
Well, if it has Jackson's approval, at least it's on the right path.
Jackson isn't stupid.
Although he's also the prince, and while the prince can choose their primogen, the primogen can also oust a prince. It's
Checks and balances.
checks and balances for an unbalanced system.
Yes.
No one was aiming to give a neonate Primogen, so he has no reason to interfere.
No, especially when there are, no offense to any neonates, far more qualified kindred.
Especially among the Nosferatu, they have some of the oldest in the city.
True.
You do.
And speaking about neonates, I have some news.
Mhm.
There has been a recent embrace in the city.
Oh,
Yes, Mr. Neely got permission from the prince to embrace someone, and he chose a very capable woman. Her name is Paola.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I don't know if congratulations were in order, but excellent.
indeed. We did have some celebration party, one could say it. Right now, she is with her sire doing the homework. They're both doing some smuggle thing. Magnus, they perhaps are going to get in contact with you. I don't think it will be a problem, but Ventral stuff, your business.
Of course.
I'd imagine Paul is probably teaching him a few things.
Absolutely. Paul is like walking him over in the whole finance area. It has been one less headache to mine.
Yeah, tough choice, but the right choice, I think.
Mm-hmm. What about yours?
Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, she's still pissed.
Has it been like 6 months?
Yeah. Chicago has a long memory. We're good, but she's still pissed.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yes.
Oh, I perhaps have not reached contacts to all of you. Does everyone know what happened?
Pretend I don't and fill me in anyways.
Okay, you do not. Well, apparently in the party the Nosferatu were having a few internal problems. Cedric found it in the good taste to kidnap Spotter's ghoul.
Yeah.
I'm sure that went over real well with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pro tip for you guys, since you guys are all still new, don't tease your ghoul potents.
She clocked you one, didn't she?
Yep. I accepted it. I didn't even turn on my
You
natural
deserved
toughness.
it.
I deserved it.
And even at full strength, bless her, no ghoul, no matter how much potence they have, will ever truly wring a kindred to the degree that you'd probably start to worry.
No, but he still deserved it.
Absolutely.
I leave that between him and his ghoul.
Exactly.
Good for her.
Just wish I was there to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, she's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad all that mess is done.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And that we didn't have to get involved.
For any of it.
Yeah.
It would have been bad for us to go after any Nosferatu in this city, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Spotter?
There's something I wanted to bring up. It might be helpful to us later, not at the moment. He actually is going to take the notebook out of his inside pocket. I think we should all know about this because, well, keeping secrets beforehand wasn't good for me.
Yeah. What is
I'll
it?
let you see it in due course, but this it's an old leather-bound notebook. This is Khalid spent most of his time in Chicago running into and through and around Menelae and Helena.
Oh.
You have his notebook.
These are all of his notes.
Theo is no longer
Taylor, you're going to want to read that.
Theo is
going
also
to want to read that.
Theo is also no longer looking at his coterie mates, and his eyes are just locked on the book that Spotter has in front of him now.
Taylor's.
You have a knack of getting a lot of important clan stuff, don't you, Spotter?
I do.
Well, I'm not saying this in character, but he kind of lost the sword, so he needed something to replace it with.
God damn.
But we have it if that problem pokes its head up again. And it will, I'm sure.
The Prince meeting in a few is it weeks?
Yeah, it's a few weeks.
We've got about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, let me just say a lot of elder, powerful kindred reuniting in the city, but not as elder and not as powerful as one of them. That's a lot of blood bounds waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of opportunities for someone to try to get some sway in other cities.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they'll realize that coming and trying that here in Chicago has different rules than anywhere else.
I'm talking about someone already here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different matter.
Oh, we are talking specifically about Helena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magnus
just takes like 3 of the shot glasses in front of him and just downs them one
so
after
does
the other.
Taylor.
Theo goes through half of one of his before putting it down. He remembered his problem with the beer.
Bashan opens the wine glass and just...
Magnus has fortitude 5. He's not worried about it.
Literally, Taylor drinks the shots in front of her and then just takes a nice hearty swig of her mango mojito.
So
after you've taken your shots, you see that they get them automatically refilled up.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Well, it's not as if we get hangovers.
Oh, the problem is that we may perhaps get drunk.
And I just lean over to Theo and I'm like, when I get angry, I break shit that shouldn't get broke. The last thing we need is me inebriated.
You wouldn't be the first Bruja to go on a drunken rampage.
I mean,
no, but most
probably
Bruja are
wouldn't-
not like me.
True. You probably
True
wouldn't
offer,
even
though.
be the one to do it this month.
if we make sure that, like, say Annabelle is in front of you when you go to start breaking shit.
No, because unfortunately that's still assaulting a Primogen, even as satisfying as it would be.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. What about one of her childer?
Yeah.
Or one of Helena's other pawns?
Well, I will
mean-
say, who does she have left?
Striker?
Yeah, she got Brett.
Brett. Who would miss a Brett? Who would miss Brett?
I'd say Brett Stryker is more useful alive as a punching bag than dead as a one-time relief for stress.
Look, I can't go to another remembrance at the IHOP, all right?
Spotter, I would love to read your notebook.
I'll bring it back.
Appreciate it.
But I just, again, secrets, I mean, they're important, but in this case,
Yeah.
I think we should know we have an ace in the hole if we need it.
We perhaps should not do that in our usual places.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would also assume, Spotter, that you're going to read through it before disseminating it to us to make sure there's nothing in there that you,
Absolutely.
as clan, don't want us to know.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
don't want you knowing where we keep our treasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she knows how it works here. She doesn't have to wait for the waitress. She can just think of what she wants from the menu. So she is going to get a goat biryani.
Actually, as you are starting to think of what you want to eat,
Mm-hmm.
the waitress just comes in and drops it right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
They've learned from Kindred to just wait, and you'll then just kind of voice what you want,
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't have to come here and ask.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the menu's that thick.
Yeah.
Theo will also, at the same time, while the waitress is still here, so she can really catch it, he's also going to go for an espresso.
Daring tonight, aren't we?
It was on recommendation from someone. I'm curious. I was told make sure there's a bit of sugar in the bottom.
What? You want an espresso?
Yes. Just
With
one.
an S. Espresso.
Espresso.
Mm-hmm.
You want a very fucking goddamn strong coffee? That's what you want.
You know what? Give him a triple shot.
With a little bit of sugar on the bottom.
It's not as if the caffeine will keep me awake. I'll certainly feel awake.
Magnus just starts laughing.
And Theo holds up his hand towards Magnus like, no, understand. I will be hyper and it will be caffeinated, I'm sure. But I will still torpor as soon as the sun rises regardless.
It will be a
That's
magic time
not
during that
a
whole experience.
guarantee.
Okay, but I'm just going to warn you, my guy. Even though you might torpor when the sun comes up, you'll still, if I give you a triple, you're still going to be hyper as fuck the next night.
Then
Sure.
roll it down to a double. How about that?
Okay, so you'll have half hyper issues for like the first hour. Okay.
He can, that's within his tolerance. Trust. It's fine.
Okay. I'm just asking. PDA?
What's
Okay.
your name, by the way? I didn't catch it.
I didn't throw it.
I like her.
Mhm.
Thanks, I like me too.
I'm on the fence.
Hi, I'm on the fence. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I wouldn't give you my real name because you didn't give me yours.
No, I already know who you are, Dr. Smith. It's not that hard.
Well, yes, but I'm
Really?
a regular.
Yes, I know. You can call me Terry if you need to. Short
Good to
for
meet
Terry
you,
Cloth.
Terry.
You're welcome.
Interesting texture. Good to meet you, Terry.
Sure, not a problem. I'll be back.
I'd like some stromboli and also some chef's choice on sushis.
We are really going worldwide tonight.
My brother and dead fish.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, see in Chicago.
He's got so many sushi things. It's not even funny. Do you want me to bring the whole fucking ocean to you?
Just a random 50 pieces should be good.
Okay. So we're going. Oh, Splasher's Delight it is. Okay. I'll be back. Ah, fuck. You'll head out.
What are the odds of one of those sushi being one of those weird deep sea monsters that we see in the literature?
You do realize that's going to be on the platter now.
Magnus just looks at Bastion and is like, just for that, I think you need to eat one.
If they can prepare Kraken sushi, I feel that deserves a round of applause.
Did you know that that's going to be on the platter now too?
Yeah, you're having some sushi too now, Theo.
I had sushi
I'm
the
keeping
first
my
time we
damn
were
mouth
here.
shut.
I like the sushi. The
She
nigiri
takes
is my
another
favorite.
swig of her burrito.
Well, there's going to be some Kraken nigiri on there thanks to you. So,
What about you, Spotter? Make the situation worse. Come on.
No, I like sushi.
Oh, I should probably also get a tiramisu while I'm here. Another recommendation.
Oh, I missed having
You are
conversations
Dr.
like this.
Dr. Smith is positively smitten with this lady.
Absolutely.
We know it's true.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
We
You're a
do,
terrible
however.
liar.
I don't have to be a liar. I just have to not say anything out loud.
That's perfectly fine, but you
You
are
don't
a
have to-
terrible liar.
I'm sorry, Theo. You don't have to say anything out loud because it's written on your face.
A gentleman never tells.
Ooh, look at who's learning.
mm-hmm.
The waitress comes in with not one, but 2 platters of sushi. Now, she does put down the first one going, this is what you wanted. Here you go. She gives it to Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the chef said, at your own peril. Your nigiri, your kraken, and pretty much every other fucking kind of fairy tale. Yes, there is things in here I would never even try to eat. I have a cast iron stomach, but I won't try this shit. Here you go. Good luck. May the gods be with you. Here, yes, probably Spotter. Here you go, Dr. Teal. May any of your hair stand straight up after you've drinking this, and you can actually fall some sleep. Tiramisu's on its way. We're getting it fresh. Anything else I can get for y'all?
I got a brandy. Please.
Sure. Yeah, I can get you. For a second, I'm thinking the girl or the drink, but you said drink. Okay, so we got the drink. Not a problem. Dr. T? The other Dr. T.
Oh.
I know you like more stuff, really cool stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think snacking on fairy tale sushi is something you're on.
No, not really. I'm kind of
What
on
you
an
want?
Indian kick tonight.
Got you on anything?
Yeah, I think I think I would like some dosa, the
Okay.
fermented crepes. They're so
Yeah.
good.
What else?
That's it. That'll be dessert. This birani is very filling.
Okay, no problem. We'll get that going for you. Tiramisu's going to be done in about 3 minutes.
Fantastic.
Good. Just don't drink all the coffee before you get the tiramisu.
Of course.
Cool. And she'll kind of leave.
And how do you use the sticks to eat? Bastion is getting one of the...
Magnus takes the chopsticks, shows him how to break them, and then shows him how to use them. Magnus eats a piece of the Kraken sushi out of curiosity. He does not touch the other ones.
Bastion,
Kraken tastes kind of like a swordfish.
Theo will
Mixed in with a
also,
little bit of octopus.
since his suggestion and joke brought it into existence, he will also sample the Kraken sushi.
Bastion didn't suggest any specific, so he'll pick one at random.
Is it the Rokia sushi?
Might as well be.
I really hope that's not actually there because there's going to be such a pissed off Rokea.
That's okay. He got caught in like ways, and it was fine. It just happened. Guy understood it was a sacrifice. Yeah, it is. I love Theo's is just dying. You're welcome. As we all know what Rokia is,
spit my tea out.
That's the most heinous thing I've heard from any werewolf player ever. Oh my fucking god, Junie.
Welcome. I'm a bit of a savage tonight. I can't help it. The Rokia, you've never had shark. Have you ever had shark before? I'm asking the player.
No.
Okay, so Taylor,
it's delicious.
explain what a shark tastes like, if you would, please.
It is a very dense white fish. So it is light, a little bit like how some whitefish almost have like almost buttery type flavor to it. It has that to it. Because understand, sharks are very muscular. So it is a very dense white fish. So this isn't a white fish that you're going to have all those little tiny bones in. This is a hefty steak or fillet that you've got that they have sliced up. But with it being on sushi and it's not cooked, that shit is going to be like butter.
Is it oily or is it just sort of butter flavor?
It is flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not an oily fish. They are not an incredibly fatty fish.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time,
It just kind of melts in your mouth.
It just melts in your mouth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as you have this and you taste it, because it's a rakia, and because actually it was a good rakia and it wasn't tainted by worm, it's even more flavorful than you've ever had.
Bastion swallows. This feels a little bit cannibalistic. I'm not gonna eat anymore.
You're a vampire.
Everything's prey, dude.
You are making such good points. Thank you. And he gets another one.
As Bastion's going for one, Theo's going to take one that's much more normal and just has a bit of sea urchin on it, which is also buttery, fun fact.
It's a sea urchin mixed in with the whatever. Junie doesn't know much about seafood.
Just on top of the rice, nice and simple. Not even a wrap of the seaweed or anything.
And you will get your espresso, and
the
everyone will
tiramisu.
get their drinks. Yes.
Theo seems to like both. He really enjoys the combo of the espresso and the tiramisu.
Super sweet.
The India dish is given to Dr. Taylor.
Yep, and it comes with a mango chutney. So she will actually put the mango chutney in the fermented crepe, and it's a sweet and sour type dessert. Very good.
Why is it every vampire game lately I'm tortured with food?
I don't know, but I am going to say it's 8:30. So at least it's Central Time. So we're going to go for break. So maybe some people would like to get a little bit of num-nums.
Yeah.
So we'll see you at 10.
I will be back in just a few, y'all. Once I can get to the screen. There we go.
It's that button. Well, we had a great first session. Now we know what's going on. And now we're going into our second. And I'm going to actually let Taylor describe Subterranean for us and what's going on in the moment.
Yeah, so Subterranean is a nightclub, bar and club that is located in the southern portion of the rack. It is where the access to her Bahari garden is, in the underfloors of it. And she has been operating this. She's not the one managing it. She's pretty much making sure, this whole strip of businesses is getting developed to be part of her garden. But this is kind of the flagship business. This bar has been around for a long time, has been catering to up and coming acts that have come to Chicago for a number of years. And Taylor likes that and has continued that tradition with it, but has modernized the club just a bit. The upper floor itself, well, the building is a historic building, actually. It's been around since the first time Taylor was in this city back in the late 1800s. But it used to be a brothel. It was a whorehouse.
Still is.
So there's actually a lot of antique details in the upper floors where you see an antique banister railing around the central staircase that goes down to the subterranean stage area. And there's, really beautiful wood floors, a really nice old wood bar, seating and stuff. And the way the seating is arranged is so you can look over the railing and see the performance on stage because it is open inside the railing. And Then you go, and the upstairs is like offices and stuff like that. Downstairs, though, down that central staircase, you walk into what seems like an ancient cave because Taylor has upgraded the basement space to actually have amazing acoustics due to applying stone to the walls. And it makes the music just swell and rise through the whole building when a performance is done. It has become incredibly popular over the months that she has had it because she has up and coming artists from all around the world showing up to this place. One of her garden members, a human one, is operating it, and she has ties to the industry. So tonight, Baby Chorus, who's been doing rehearsals here on Thursday nights, is actually doing a full act. It's a Friday night. And the place is packed. Nero's done an amazing job with promotion. So.
And I'll let people come in as they'd like to. So people will be down that main part where they could see the band there. It's just jumping. And where is Taylor in all of this? Just so I know, so people know when they come in.
Yeah, Asima is on the main floor. Her Lamia associate. So Taylor's actually probably up in the office right now. She can still hear the music through her office, but she's up in the office right now talking with her Bahari member that's running the club, and she's giving her details on how profitable it's been and what kind of, things that we've been able to do with the profits to help the community and stuff like that.
Got it. So while she's in the office, anytime you guys wish to do it.
I think Bashan was there in the moment it opened because he actually wanted to catch Baby Chorus. So he's in the middle of the whole floor with the people, just kind of listening to their music, not really understanding much of it, but he's listening. He's there.
I think Spotter would have showed up with you, Bastion. But he probably went upstairs and found a perch that he could watch.
That would be on the main floor with the bar.
Okay.
Where you can perch and watch.
Part of
Magnus would be actually he would be in the lower area where the dancers and everything are, just like kind of standing back, leaning against the wall kind of a thing. Just kind of seeing what the vibe of Taylor's place is compared to other clubs he's been to.
Just to recall, there's also some form of hookah lounge within Subterranean, isn't there?
Not within it, next door.
Next door, okay.
Yep.
Then Theo honestly, he's probably actually also just doing the not perch thing so much as Spotter is, but main floor, just sitting, doctor's bag like between his feet and all that stuff on the ground. He's just enjoying the atmosphere more than anything right now.
And I will say the atmosphere in this place, it feels vibrant. It feels fun. It feels alive. It doesn't feel oppressive. You notice that there is literally people that seem to be stationed around the facility, watching. They're not creepy doing it, but they're just observing. This is because Taylor has members of her garden that work shifts at this place to ensure that no one is drugged, no one is assaulted, that people can have good fun, and that this doesn't become a fucking meat market.
realize I'm muted. So as you're all spread out, Misty is going to kind of tug up on Magnus going, Jennifer going to go up there and dance.
Not really the kind of dancing I grew up with.
Doesn't matter if you didn't grow up with. Look, I don't think you had hip hop back in the 1400s.
1800s.
Like I said,
And you're
doesn't
correct.
matter. So, I mean, and this is kind of really cool kind of music. You don't just,
It is.
there's no formal dancing. You just get up there and move your body.
If I do that, I can't be watching.
Why? Oh, do you have to? Just
I
one
want to
dance.
make sure no one causes trouble in Taylor's club.
That's fine. We'll jump them later.
If you jump them later, then by definition, they've already caused trouble.
No, well, look, all right. How long do you have to do it for?
I don't know. Next hour or two.
Okay,
Until
after
baby
the.
chorus is done.
Oh, come on. We got to do one dance as brother and sister. Come on. You got to flail like some kind of fish out of water one time.
Odd or even, Junie?
Even.
Okay.
Score. I think so.
Agnes is just like, fine.
Yay!
And give me a second.
She's gonna jump and looked at Bastion like,
because this is not the
like,
kind of dancing that takes, aesthetics or politics or performance. It's purely dex and athletics.
Absolutely. So she'll kind of look for Bastion, kind of like, we're all gonna go dance. You're coming with. Come on.
But Bastion will kind of clap her. And he goes with her.
She'll grab Magnus. I'm not really going to make you roll, but if you want to roll, I mean, that's
why not?
It's fun to see how bad we do it.
Okay, do you want to roll, Bastion? You can go for it.
Yes, I will.
Well, roll. Go for it.
It's Dex Athletics.
Yes, death and axes.
Death and axes. Okay.
Death and axes.
Let me see my death and axes rating. There you go. Dex.
You gotta go now. Roll for her because
Magnus is a little hungrier.
You searched for Dex.
Yes.
Yeah, of course he did.
But 9 crit.
Okay. What'd you get, Bastion?
Oh, let me actually roll. I kind of got distracted. Sorry. Okay, so Dex is okay. Oh, that's a nice dice pool.
It's fine.
I got a very, very, very modest 2.
Oh, awesome. So what did you get, Manix? You got a 9 crit, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so we got 9 crit, an 11 crit for Misty, and we got a 2 for Batchet. It's fine. Everyone knows the Gangrel dance corridor. So as the 3 of them go out into the dance floor, Theo and Spotter, you do see Misty getting Magnus and Bastion out there from your respective perches.
We probably lock eyes from different spots in the room and both just acknowledge the exact same sentiment.
And y'all can see that Bastion is not a good dancer. He really is not.
It's like he's driving on the dance floor.
Asmia will knock on the door to Taylor's office going, do you have a moment?
Of course.
I think you're, yeah.
And she'll actually get up and tell her associate, sounds great. Literally, I think the next act will even be better and we'll be able to do more. So keep up the great work. And she steps out into the hallway and closes the office door.
Take a look at your young one on the floor.
And she'll walk to the stairs and go down a few and peer over into.
And you will see Magnus, Misty, and Bastion. The Toreador doesn't dance as I hoped he would. He's being outshone by 2 gangrel.
Yeah, not all Toreador can dance. So
Shall we play, I believe, Genesis' song, I Can't Dance, because I'd love to hear Phil Collins again?
It's about time for me to make my rounds anyway. So
Oh, by the way, Sputter and Dr. Smith are on the opposite sides of the first floor, and I bet you both of them are thinking they have dodged a bullet with this.
surprisingly, I think Theo has learned to dance.
You don't say. They Tremere learn new tricks.
Yes,
Heaven help us now.
I know.
Wait. Is this the new Paramore I heard? He was on 2 dates with this woman. They were not separate.
How fast do rumors spread? What the fuck?
Oh, we Bahari are everywhere, okay?
No, I'm wrong.
There's
I
an
heard he
equation.
was on, yes, he was a lovely Italian woman. from what I heard.
yes. Bianca, she's lovely.
Should
She's the
we
one that
in-
supplies our hookah lounge.
Should we invite her to see if we can get them to dance?
Perhaps.
I will make a few calls. I think this man needs to go turn on the floor at some point. He has
This is from Maddox. Love you all, you motherfuckers.
Two
You're welcome.
Bahari matchmakers up in this joint.
Not wrong.
Technically, they're just following their edicts perfectly with that
Yes,
line of
we
thinking.
are. Let's see how epically horrible this goes.
Either way, he will learn something.
Absolutely.
Hey, to the audience, never join cults, kids.
At least cults that are good for you. I don't know any, but you know. Anyhow, she'll look at Tail and go, I can make a few calls and see if she can come in. And you know what? Mr. Spotter has been all around that one Nosferatu, that no Ventru lady.
Oh,
We can
yes.
bring
Oh,
her
yes.
in.
Yes, but she's also primogen, so she's very busy.
Sometimes you are not so busy for somebody that is needing a dance, no?
Mm. Perhaps.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He is a Nosferatu in yearning for his lady.
No, he is also reveling in the fact that Bastion really can't dance.
True, agreed. At the same time, you never know. Maybe he needs to show the Nosferatu, he needs to show the Toreador how to dance. Yes?
Perhaps.
Oh, can you imagine a Nosferatu Toreador battle of dancing off?
Oh, Spotter would win hands down.
I know this, but still. It will take a little bit of the edge off of the Tremere because of his paramour. This will give him a bit more time to dance while we do the Nosferatu Toreador thing, yes?
You know what? I think we need to find you a paramour. You're obsessed with everyone else's.
Because I lack. You know what? No, I'm fine. Because I'm already
Who
working
are
on
you
that.
now? Are
I
you
am
really?
fine. I am fine. Of course I am.
Sure, Azuma. Sure. And with that, Taylor's going to laugh and walk down the stairs.
She'll just say, I will show you to my book boyfriends that are in the dark romance section.
Yeah, so she's just going to make the round. She'll stop by Theo first because he's on the side that her staircase going up to the offices is.
Hello, Taylor.
How are you?
I'm fine. It's not my usual scene, but I am intrigued by even the style alone.
Well, thank you. I did kept some things authentic. The banister here, the bar, the floors, they are actually all original.
Oh, restored?
Yes. And they did need some repair and restoration. The previous owners did some work to do it, but never really finished it. So I got it done. And then downstairs, it was just a plain basement. So what I did is I had contractors come in and put those stonework on the walls to make it look like a cave. because it enhanced the acoustics dramatically. Notice that we don't have speakers up here. And you will see there are none.
Because the way you've set up each wall, it reverberates and reflects the sound everywhere.
Up. Mm-hmm.
Ingenious.
So everyone can enjoy the music.
I won't lie to you. I haven't been here. I have been next door.
Oh, the lounge. You enjoy it?
Yes.
Good. Good. Yes, Bianca's been great for supplying us. She has a wide variety that she can get sourced for us, so it's really great.
I had always thought that smoke was, well, more. I never participated greatly. I had a pipe, I could smoke, but even when I was alive, I never saw the appeal so much.
I smoked like a damn chimney.
Versus with the hookahs, however, the smoke tastes different.
Yes, it is flavored and it is an experience more so than an effect.
And cool. It's cold.
Yes.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a new experience, I suppose.
Yes.
I may have to partake again.
And there are plans for other businesses in this strip that will offer a variety of experiences for people.
Well, that's very good too. And Theo looks past Taylor. Oh no.
And Taylor just turns.
And entering through the door, storyteller, I believe, is Brett Stryker.
Yep. He's actually kind of chill. He's wearing black Dockers, a dark gray kind of dress shirt that's open a bit. Not too flashy, but just stylishly open. And he's wearing kind of like this soft blue kind of blazer. His hair is done slicked back, and he's just walking in casual. No big deal. And Ozma's down there greeting him and asking if he wants anything, the usual thing that one would see. And he's just like, he does a casual, boring red wine, and she's kind of like, how dull. And
Theo will, from that, look back to Taylor. Do you need to go and disinfect something?
As this is technically the rack, let's see what he tried.
No speakers, but I'm certain there's some very high-tech cameras.
Most certainly.
I'll do my best to keep an eye on him as well.
Thank you. And she's going to work her way around to Spotter. Hello.
Nods. Hey, Taylor.
Hey. Enjoying the show?
Not my music, but they're good.
Yeah.
This place has come a long way from a whorehouse.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, this was where I came to feed.
All right.
Because I had to present like a man.
What year was that, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
1896.
Is that
the year of the convention? 1896. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder. No, I better not think about it.
What's that?
Well, I didn't really know my parents.
Okay.
Don't know really where I came from.
Okay.
But this sort of place,
It
might have been a byproduct.
It's possible.
the year matches up. So yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. Because this whorehouse was a Bahari garden.
Oh, that just adds a whole other layer.
I just restored what was already here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of shakes his head. Yeah.
So that would be fascinating. But in the attic, we actually found some old records.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can't find some time to peruse through them. Maybe I'll find something.
We can share some paperwork.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh, and
Could be
do be alert. Red Striker's here tonight.
Oh, you want me to toss him?
He hasn't done anything yet. He just asked for a boring red wine.
Oh.
But
So we're going to wait for the yet.
We're going to wait and see because I'm sure I kind of pissed some people off, and we'll see what he does.
Do you think he's here in his own recognizance, or was he
sent? Who the hell knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thinks it's his own.
That's the other alarming possibility.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll keep an eye on.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna step down, and obviously Magnus has decided to relieve himself from duty, so we'll find somebody else to keep an eye on things.
He's actually a lot better than I thought he'd be.
This dude's such an enabler.
So Taylor's going to head downstairs to where the performance is and tag another one of her garden members to keep an eye on in Magnus's stead while he enjoys himself.
So you're going to see Misty and Magnus with Bastion. They've got this kind of, I would say it's not exactly a semicircle, but it's kind of like this little triangle of dancing. And, she'll kind of notice that Taylor's coming down and she'll go, shit, Magnus, I didn't mean to get you busted or anything, but are you having fun at least?
It's been fun to move. It's almost like fighting, but a little bit
You're
different.
You're not hitting anyone.
Exactly.
Bastion, how are you doing? I mean, your moves are a little
It's
rusty.
It's not as fun as fighting.
How about this? Pretend you're shadow boxing to the beat.
What kind of dance is that?
I don't know, but it's better than what you're doing now.
I'm not really a dancer.
But you are. You dance with words, guns, knives, shit like that. Just dance like this and get loose and get funky and you kind of lose yourself in the music. You're a Toreador. Don't you lose yourself in the pretty shit?
I don't expect to have the pretty shit. I lose myself in this place unless things go very wrong.
Okay, good news. I did. Okay, good to know. That's creepy and sad, and I'm sorry.
Why?
Because why if it goes real wrong, why would you find beauty in it? I'm confused.
Oh, gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad you're never by where I grew up at in LA, because that you would have been dazed for years.
South America got you covered.
Yeah, East Bird of LA did not have that covered. It's a little crazy.
I'm gonna step out a little. I'm done making people cringe out of my dance moves.
You weren't cringy. You were just entertaining. I was entertained.
He boops her in the nose and starts walking out.
So hurt. Feel so rejected. And as Misty kind of gets lost in all the music, she's gonna let Magnus go and do his thing if he wants to. At least she got one dance out of him. She's happy about that.
And as Bastion and Magnus approach Taylor after she's got another garden member to keep eyes on things. She says, hey guys, just wanted to let you know Brett Stryker's here.
Oh. Why is he here?
That's an excellent question.
Should I go ask?
Absolutely.
And Bastion starts going in his direction.
At seeing Bastion leave the dance floor and then start going towards Brett, Theo's actually going to like try not to look too giddy, but pick up his bag and start making his way over to Spotter so that they can gossip when this starts.
Magnus has walked up from the dance floor following Bastion, and he sees where Bastion's headed, and he doesn't go all the way over there, but he like kind of positions himself between Brett and both the door and the rest of the club.
Well, while Magnus does one angle, Taylor's going to do the other.
And Bastion is going to try some good old-fashioned subterfuge to try and seduce in a very seductive manner.
Okay, this means I gotta get Brett's thing out. Got it? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, just walk up and just give him a little tug on the ear.
oh, god damn!
I was aiming for the ear, but it wasn't. It wasn't a little tug.
It was not little at all. It was like, oh goddamn. So what are you doing now, my friend?
I think I'm gonna roll some composure and subterfuge with my specialty in seduction.
Okay.
And I got a 1 extra dice because I am beautiful.
Yes, you are.
It sounds vain, but that's just literally the name of the ability.
Indeed.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
And why not spend a willpower?
I mean, if you're not spelling willpower, are you even doing it right?
Hey,
The roll. Oh,
I got 5 successes.
okay, cool. Willpower. Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Just number 5.
Well, it is Mambo number 5 that starts to play. And Brett will be sipping on his wine and he will kind of look over at Bastion going, been a while.
Bastion will approach and kind of jiggle a little his ear. Hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It regrouped. It grew back. Thanks for that. It's a little unneeded.
Unneeded?
Unneeded.
That was not what you were saying back then.
What I said back then and what's going on now are 2 different topics. So how are you doing, Bastion? I heard you were doing a little tumble on the floor.
I am doing fine, Brett. You know, I'm not really a dancer. I leave those types of arts to the real artist.
So I have to give you lessons then, I take it.
You're saying that. Those words didn't come out of my mouth. But then again, that's what you're saying now.
Well, no, I said I have to get you lessons. I didn't say I was going to do them. Now, did I?
What brings you here, Brett?
Well, be honest, we all know the Succubus Club is not doing the thing it should be doing. And you know what? That's fine. Animal's doing her thing, which is annoying as hell. And I wanted to actually see what all the hubbub was about. Now, it's actually kind of cool. And it's, I'm a fan of Baby Chorus. Who isn't? And on top of that, I mean, he actually takes a look around. It's actually refreshing to be in a place that isn't so down and overly depressing and always dramatic. If you know what I mean.
You're bad mouthing the club, the Succubus Club.
I didn't say it was Succubus Club. I just said a place that was always dramatic.
Okay, that's
That
fine.
could lead several different places, I can assure you.
Why are frequented so terrible places then?
I don't frequent, actually. It's just been very, very stale, very stalwart, kind of boring.
I get you. And I'm glad you're finding this place a little more entertaining.
Well, I decided to branch out. Why not?
It's why I'm here as well.
Oh, branching out?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was because your coder member owned this place.
I'm not in the Warrens very frequently.
I don't think any of us would be in the Warrens. No offense to our Nosferatu brethren. I don't think I would find that overly appealing, and I would never try to besmirch or be that kind of an asshole. I admit it. I am an asshole at times, but not that kind of asshole.
You're not an asshole. You're a whole body. And he poops him in the nose.
Look, I know I'm a whole body, but sometimes I can act like a real dick, and I know it. I own
it. Oh, well, you're just hearing some good old breath of fresh air.
Pretty much for the moment. I wanted to see what kind of clientele, what kind of people come here. Why not? When can you not turn around and strike an interesting conversation with people?
What kind of conversation are you expecting?
That's the key. I'm not expecting. Why not just walk into a place and see who you turn around and meet?
Am I disappointing you or?
No, that's why I came in here. I wasn't expecting any sort of conversation and let whatever fell in my lap fall in my lap. You've fallen into my lap. Congratulations.
You're very good with innuendos. Congratulations, myself.
Why would I congratulate you on my innuendos?
I'm just congratulating you. I'm sorry. Perhaps my bad English, it happens.
The accent thing. How original. Come on, Bastian. What are you really trying to do with wordplay?
Well, Brett, I'm just asking. I'm interested. If you're here, there's a reason. And so I would like to know. That's all.
Well, the music. I wanted to see who was here, see what kind of conversation and what kind of people I can meet, maybe mingle a bit.
Yeah,
this is a place I haven't been in before. Expect the unexpected, my friend. Life will give you a very interesting result.
Okay. So you're just out. You're just out to meet people. I assume you don't want.
Again, the music too.
So
can you not hear it?
Yes, the music is very nice.
Okay, so it doesn't move your soul then, does it?
Not the type of rose.
Pity. You don't know what you're missing.
Well, I can also say that in regards to a lot of things that don't move you, but move me.
There, I'm just saying that this really does. It just brings out something. It makes you feel a bit more alive than when you were.
He nods. Well, are you looking for a reprise of what's happened in Elysia?
No, I'm not looking for a replay on that one. Thank you. I like my ears where they are.
I can keep them there.
I'm sure you could. But maybe just today I would like to keep everything intact and enjoy the ambiance and the vibe that your friend has put together, and maybe meet some new people. Who knows?
Mm,
A
okay.
friend and an acquaintance today is a friend tomorrow.
I see. Well,
Mm-hmm.
having the boots successfully up my ass, I will be going. But
You'll
do enjoy the ambient.
I will. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bastion will start walking up to a place that most likely Brad will not be looking to. And
He
I assume
really is sitting and listening to the music for the moment. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah. So I assume the coterie will notice as Bastion goes up to one of the parts that you can watch the floor below.
From Theo and Spotter's corner, Theo mutters a very short, "Damn it," and then hands over a $5 bill to Spotter. I was so certain his ear would be gone again.
Spotter just laughs. Night's still young.
And he's still a moron, but let's see what this moron's doing. It's suspicious that he's just here, in a place he's never come.
Right. Maybe he just likes the music. I don't know. Probably not likely, but
Do you want to see if I can figure something more out?
ow. He smiles.
Theo makes sure to have a good bead on Brett. And then he takes a breath. And as he exhales, he shuts his eyes. And I would like to rouse premonition, storyteller.
Okay.
What does Brett's presence mean for the future?
Of this club or you?
Wait.
Of the city.
Oh, fuck my life in a handbasket. All right. Well, let's see what you get. Because John knows.
First, I believe I got to rouse, because that's how premonition works.
Yes, it does. I only allow. I usually don't do this unless player wants it, but here we go. First premonition roll of this season.
Passed with flying colors. I don't get hungrier.
Okay.
Now I just have to do the regular shit.
Yes, you do. I'm going to see Patricia. Oh my fucking God, why are we doing this? Here we go.
I have faith in you, Junie. You're a fantastic ST. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm glad that you think that. And obviously, thank you before Mama and John tell me to do other things.
Now, why would we do that?
Because I know you two. I have conversations in my head about you guys because I overthink way too much. It's fine. Hi, I'm an overthinker. It's a trauma response.
God, it's been so long since I've had to do V5 mechanics. Fuck.
Just count the unks.
On my regularly numbered dice, yeah.
Anything 6 and above.
Anything 6 and above is a success, and ones do not take away.
Correct. And 2 zeros is a crit.
2 zeros, it counts as 4 successes.
Okay,
Correct.
then 3 with a crit.
You can't do 3 with a crit. It's usually above.
It has to be 4 successes.
Nope, shit, I misread it.
Fine.
Sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead. 4.
4. Okay.
Do you want to willpower?
With a crit. No, it's fine where it is.
So 4 crit. And your question to me is,
what does Brett's impact have on the city in the future being here tonight? And I'm sure this will be as cryptic as it desires to be, being a premonition.
as you stare at Brett and the rest of the room fades away, all of a sudden you see Brett kind of come to the center focus of your mind. And you have forgotten that you can't actually ask the city anything. So the city not only answers this, but it joins into your premonition. I'm not sorry. And the answer to this is ripples. But it's not I just dropped a pebble into a body of water and it ripples. It's you just dropped a boulder into the lake and it ripples. But it's not in him being a tool. It is him himself causing the ripples, causing the motion. He turns around almost to stare at you, but he's not staring at you. He's like looking past you. He's seeing past what's going on, past what's happening. And you see all of these ties and binds to him as if you see him as a puppet. But at the same time, you see this pair of scissors as he's trying to snip off each rope that is holding him down. Almost like he's trying to be something he was never allowed to be, and yet still trying to play the part to keep himself safe. But as the ripples, literally in your mind, are trying to figure out the future, you're not quite exactly sure, but you see the ebb and flow. He is going to be somebody that will change. Was it positive or negative? You can't really discern this with only a 4 crit. But you know for a fact, he will ebb and flow just like the rest of Chicago. Whether he becomes free or not, who knows?
Either way, it's going to be a big splash.
Yep.
Okay. And then from that, Theo comes back.
Wanted snapping at your face. You're being weirder than usual.
Oh, just wait. It gets weirder.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Why do I open
Yes, I surged my wits, and I am doing a wits insight with specialty in desires
Uh-huh.
to read him.
Oh, for the love of God. Okay.
And I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with a crit.
Do I get an opposing roll?
Yes, that is going to be composure subterfuge.
Oh, okay. Let's see what this gentleman has in composure subterfuge, because oh sweet Jesus. What, a 2 in composure? What the fuck?
And Spotter, Theo fills you in
Yeah,
on
he
the
can.
vision.
If he realizes Taylor is looking at him,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
which that would be a wits insight or wits awareness to if he notices. But if he doesn't notice, then it's just a base. But if he notices, he could surge to keep his composure.
Yeah, he constantly looks around. I mean, he spotted everyone. He knows where everything's at. But at the same time, he's drinking his wine. He's being cordial. He's not causing any issues. He knows better. He knows how to dot his I's and cross his T's sometimes. That was a 9 crit, you said?
Yeah, 9 crit.
Fuck me. All right. Do a roll power roll, because this poor guy is just like, I just gave her for a glass of wine and maybe things I won't tell anyone else. Fuck me. God damn it, Brett. You have to be such a basic.
And desires are like immediate wants and things that he's going for. So
really, for right now, he is going for one. You was correct. Good music, because you can only listen to stale music for so long. Okay, seriously. 2, company, good conversation, and maybe a companion. Now, I'm not going to define the companion because he hasn't decided it himself yet. If he finds a really good companion, well, on the way home. But at the same time, a good companion for a conversation is better than sex any day. And you can come back to a conversation. So right now, music, good company, good conversation, and a companion. That's pretty much what's on his mind right now. And he is just sitting there, vibing, listening to the music, which is one of them. And he will eventually, Isma will probably come over and start talking to him. That's a conversation.
Yeah, Taylor's actually going to turn and go to Azima and say, engage him in conversation. That's what he's wanting. To have a fantastic conversation.
Okay, what do I ask him? How's the weather?
No. Azima, don't you know how to talk to men?
There's a guardian. I did all of this stuff in the garden. I was
Jesus Christ.
You know where you dug me up from? How dare you? Don't you even start to. Do you know what it is to talk to me? What do you think I read all these dark romance books about?
Damn
Damn
it,
it,
Taylor,
woman.
I'm out of practice.
Fine. I will ask him something. He looks modern. I'll ask him how his cell phone works. It's fine. He'll bore me to death, but it'll be fine. Ah, just give her a wink. Head over.
Storyteller, how likely would it be that Theo could flag down Taylor?
Oh, pretty good, because she's got, not only is she, around and around, but she's got eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
Then honestly, he probably just turns to one of her workers or something and just mouths like Taylor with like a raised eyebrow, and they just point her out to him, and he like tries to like, hey, come here real quick.
And she will work her way over there, casually.
By that time, Bastion already arrived at the two others.
And you'll see Asma starting to engage with Brett.
Oh, good. He's distracted.
Just hold on. He's got to go. Let him go.
What?
You guys, you recognize the spark of interest in Theo's eyes because it only shows up when things become intriguing. He's oh, fuck, I'm going to sound like a goddamn Malkavian. He's trying to cut strings while still dancing to maintain the illusion that he hasn't cut any.
Oh, Auspex, okay.
And he's been tossed into the water. There's going to be an uproarious splash and then ripples upon ripples upon ripples. He's linchpin for something.
Is he?
By the way, I've developed a bit of a second sight as of late.
Mm-hmm.
I blame it on the company I keep. And he sort of vaguely glances downward, but you're not quite sure what direction he's meaning for on that.
Mm-hmm. She just kind of looks and says, and I'm really good at reading people. He did come to hear good music. He also is looking for good conversation. Azuma's over talking to him now.
Yes.
And he's possibly looking for a companion if one can be found.
There, exactly. I was talking with him, as I believe all of you saw. He most likely thinks the other scenes he used to frequent are pretty much dead and wants something new. But then again, when someone of his position, let's say that this way, wants companionship and art and connection, he wants to feed mostly.
Well, it is the wreck. That's what you come here for.
And so long as you don't make a mess of things, it seems like it would be a fairly innocent. Theo pauses as he says it. A fairly undisruptive activity.
However, in this place, it has to be done with respect.
And if he doesn't find what he's looking for here, it's not as if the rack is just this club.
Right.
But we'll watch him.
And see what he does. Hopefully, Azuma can knock the rust off and actually charm him a bit.
Do I need to give her lessons?
Apparently, you have to give me lessons because he wasn't charmed by me. I just bit his ear off. I don't understand why such
He
drama.
probably got a little upset
he's such a
by
baby.
that.
He asked for it. A
I'm sure he
things
did
like
in the
that
heat of the
without consent.
moment. And then he realized what he had done. You know, sometimes there's regrets.
You think he
I
would have
don't
been
know them. I don't live with any.
You think through that whole interaction he would have realized that the derogatory term for Toreador is degenerate.
Excuse me?
Have you never heard that, Bastion?
What are you pointing that at?
The clan in general. It was something I had heard as I came up through the Camarilla.
It's true.
Behind closed
It's
doors.
true.
I just
That's the
wanted
thing
to,
about the rumors. Most of them are true.
yeah, I just wanted to know exactly what you heard so I could confirm it.
Okay.
It was mainly just degenerate. Granted, the ones saying that were Tremere elders who aren't known for liking Toreador anyways.
But they're known to be smart. Yeah, that's a pretty good summarization.
As you guys are talking, you will see Brett leaning a little bit closer to Esma. And Esma will give Taylor a more look for a moment.
I mean, Bahari are really good at this shit.
Agnes leans over to Taylor and is like, okay, I know you're not with the Camarilla, but you do know the rules fairly well, right?
Of course I do.
So what is the penalty for hunting without permission in someone else's domain?
Well, one thing is our domain is the rack.
Mm-hmm.
That is a gray area because a rack is an open feeding ground. We are holders of the rack as a domain to ensure that the Masquerade doesn't get broken while that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I have certain rules in my establishments that if he or anyone else comes in here to hunt, it has to be done with respect.
No
So
shit.
if he comes in here and coerces, enthralls, anything like that, I am going to toss his ass summarily out the fucking door. And he will be barred from this establishment.
Just with what Theo was saying, I get the feeling if that happens, it's going to lead a lot more. And sometimes the best way to deal with a linchpin is by removing.
While I can understand that, it's a bit presumptive to do so.
And we're not certain what he's the linchpin to.
And she also speaks incredibly quietly so that even heightened senses wouldn't pick it up over the sound of the music. That's why the music is so well done in this place. She literally leans to Magnus, and everyone here, right here, can hear it. But she's like, and if he's trying to cut the strings, tying him, I'm glad I put Asuma in his path.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that is true and he wishes to do that, she can help him.
In a way, without realizing, he walked into an establishment with many who are quite heavily invested in the concept of freedom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope he doesn't fuck it up.
It's only necessary to judge, right? So, would all of you mind, actually, Taylor, the establishment's yours. Would you mind if I did a little prying into his general disposition?
There are no rules against using powers here. I just prefer them not be used in the act of hunting my patrons.
It is to guarantee he won't.
Okay.
And Bastion is going to do Scry the Soul.
So much new aspects all of a sudden.
That is a resolve and aspects. And they gotta do a little rouse it. Which I fail. Would you look at that? My luck is terrible tonight. So
You are doing.
Scry the Soul.
Yep. I have to pull. I was pulling it up so I can read what you get.
Okay.
Oh, with it, can you sense if someone's under a bond?
Yes.
It is one of the things detectable.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a straight 7.
Okay. The state of the subject. Currently, being that he is not aware that you are doing this, he can't, resist. The state of the subject is in flux at the moment. He was bored, but now he is getting somebody who's talking to him. He is engaged. He's melancholy, but at the same time, he's happy. He's a contract. He's literally sitting in a state of contrast emotions. He's sad, but he's happy. At the same time, well, residence of subject's blood really doesn't fucking matter. He's a vampire. Is he underneath the influence of blood, sorcery, or other magic? He is not underneath anything blood sorcery wise. However, he does have a bond. He actually has 2 bonds. One that's very strong and the other one that's mezzo. It's not, once you have a very strong bond, you can only hold very little bonds after that. So he's got 1 major, 1 small one. You did not get a critical win. However, he did not commit diablerie in the past year. You know that for certain. Our boy is squeaky clean, at least for the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
any other questions?
No, Bastion will evaluate him and then lean a little back. That's interesting. He looks at the others.
Mm-hmm.
He has been a very behaved boy, no diableries. He also seems a little entertained with Asma. He was bored. Yes, he was feeling a little melancholic, and now he's being a little happy. And he's under 2 blood bonds.
Beg pardon?
One of weak strength, and one of very big, I would say, full strength.
2 bonds, and the stronger did not cut out the weak. I wonder if, and Theo will half cut eyes to Taylor, if maybe what we found recorded in the tomb was not the only rituals she took. Because that seems very specific in its effect.
Oh, it's definitely a way to hijack someone from someone else.
I'm also not certain of the regular blood discipline, if that could also be something. I don't know how something that powerful operates those abilities.
He's not under any blood sorcery.
So it's not a ritual.
That's
That's just someone usurping a bond.
But then how does the other still register?
It's fading.
Mhm.
Oh, so she poached her childer's childer.
Yeah.
I do believe we are looking at a new agent of our lovely, lovely lady.
Yeah.
An
Well,
agent who does not wish to be.
yeah.
Like he has a choice.
He does if he deserves it.
Let's see them.
Or if he doesn't deserve it, perhaps we can provide it to him anyways and then just hold it over his head for the rest of his existence.
God, that is the most Shamir thing you have ever fucking said in my presence.
Absolutely. Not even the time that you almost said, "Oh, I'm somewhat interested in doing gargoyles," was Astromir's that.
My God.
Regardless of whether it's stereotypical of my clan, it's not wrong. If someone
It's
does
all
not,
sorts of wrong. That's the problem.
if someone does not cooperate, help them, and then make sure that they owe you afterwards. That's common for kindred society as a whole.
Oh,
He's
don't
not
get me-
wrong.
He's not. But holy shit, the way you said it.
I have my moments.
And Taylor's legit just laughing. So
You are a moment.
Glad to see that you are getting a lot outside recently, Theo.
Outside, bordering Chicago, outside of Chicago. Trying to get to know this place better.
As you guys are talking, Asma has walked around the bar, locked arms with Brett, and they're going downstairs to the dance floor.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Well, he at least stepped through the first door. We'll see if he can open the second.
Yeah.
Bastion, for just sake of clarity, he's going to be using Sense the Unseen while he watches, because if he's trying to do any presence and things like that, it might point out.
Yeah. Taylor's going to have that active too.
Magnus also has Sense the Unseen up.
When one is scoping out a new club, one doesn't try to break the rules right off the bat, especially when the owner and her coterie is right there watching you. And there is a special bartender having to escort you downstairs. So your boy's kind of going, now is not the time to do the thing I wanted to do. Let's take some notes. Let's kind of evaluate this place. And
this place is like Fort fucking Knox.
He's aware now.
And holds something way more precious than fucking gold.
Yeah.
So he kind of is like, okay, I'm going to play this game. Not a problem. I'm going to be the best boy ever because I know I can.
All right. Well, as long as he causes no troubles this night, he can leave unaccosted.
Mm-hmm.
He will stay for, actually, what he'll do is he will actually dance quite well with Asma, to the point where some people actually move away. So they have this little circle for like a dance or two. And then after that, he'll sit down there and talk to some people. And if you guys all watch him, no powers are used.
Good.
But at the same time, you see a level of, you see this level of relaxment. He's at ease for the moment. He doesn't have to be himself. But at the same time,
he doesn't have to be on. He can be himself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to be what everyone knows Brett Stryker to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's enjoying company. He's being polite. He is being a little flirtatious. Why? Because he can be. But no, again, no powers are used. Yeah, there's a couple of ladies. He gently just kisses her hand. That's as far as he goes. But, he does give his business card to a couple of people because of the conversation, or he liked them. But he'll actually come upstairs and he'll go right to Taylor in front of all of you.
Well, Taylor's moved away at this point because we don't need to all huddle.
That's fine.
Weird.
That's fine.
But
wherever Taylor is,
she's probably talking with the bartender because the night is starting to wrap up. So,
and he will go he will not cross the bar, but he'll go to the bar and go, Dr. Hammond.
Fred.
And he'll actually give you a formal bow. And I'll go, this has been one of the most enchanting nights ever. Thank you so much.
I am so happy you enjoyed yourself.
I really appreciate this place. The music's amazing. I just have to say. And I'm not saying that because of the band is amazing. But the way that you put this place together, Asma told me all of it. That woman in the walking history book.
You.
No. Actually, the way she talked about it made sense. I used to be very, very intimate friends with David Bowie.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yes.
And but she explained it in a way that I understood because I used to be in the music industry, that it just made sense.
Yeah.
But no, you have some lovely patrons, some great great people with some fantastic connections. And, I just wanted to say thank you so much for bringing this because this is a very, very lovely place to be.
Well, we do have quite a number of interesting up and coming bands performing over the next few weeks and months. Anytime one suits your fancy, we're here.
I appreciate that, but I wanted to give you my compliments.
Thank you.
And want to say I really, really enjoyed tonight. And I noticed your coterie kind of watching me, and I get it. I know who I am associated with.
Yes.
However, this was on my own volition. And yes, I really did enjoy and I really had fun. It's been a while since I've had actual fun. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope you have a wonderful night.
You as well.
And
Take care.
You too. And he will head on out.
Once again, Theo's going to lean over to Spotter and just say, do you think he's happy that he didn't have to eat pancakes tonight? And then he just leans back in his chair.
As you said.
You're taking these lessons way too well.
I've always been a quick study.
Let's get the song. I can't play it because DMCA, but there is a pancake song. I'm trying to find it. Oh, there we are. It's by Jaded. And I'm putting it just so you all have this reflection at some point when you are not on stream. All of a sudden, as Pancake Chorus, as Baby Chorus has finished the song, you will hear this song played as like the final call as Misty takes over the turntables because she knew this pancake was going to come up sometime. So you can listen to that at your own leisure. But is there anything else you guys would like to cover tonight? Okay. With that being said, okay. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for coming to season 2, episode 1 of Chicago Hidden City. So yay! I leave it to Mama now.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And of course, do hang out in the Discord because that is where we are when we are not streaming. Wow. That was a big misspell. Okay.
Disco chord.
Disco chord. I mean, sometimes it's like a disco, but
disco chord, Disco Elysium. There's a lot of discos.
I'm waiting for them to do Disco
Such a good
Pancake now.
Do join us on the Discord. That is where we hang out when we are not streaming. Also, we post our casting calls there. There is currently an active and ongoing casting call for Call of Cthulhu 7E London Esoteric Society for guests. Tis is looking for guests to play Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern when she comes back from her summer break. So if you're interested in playing Call of Cthulhu 7E set in, 1907 London, do check out that casting call. Also, there will be a casting call very soon for a Vampire the Masquerade V20 game set in Chicago back in the 90s when Loden was Prince. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When Chicago was so stable.
Chicago's always been fucked, okay?
And always in a different way.
And always in a different way. It evolves, okay?
Yes.
You have to be a progressive trash pit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And we do Zoom hangouts from time to time with our Discord community, and you need to be part of it to join in and chat with us. Now that we have wrapped up our Kansas City Chronicle on Friday evenings, we'll be doing a live Q&A next Friday, which I'll talk about in the schedule. But we will be doing a bit more of our Zoom hangouts on Friday evenings now that we have freed up Friday. So you need to be part of the Discord to be able to chat with us on Zoom. And then, of course, if you'd like to catch back episodes, such as the entire first season of this stream, you can do so on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube there, McStabber Studios. It literally has over 5 years of World of Darkness and other TTRPG content for your perusal, including this game. Yeah. And of course, the London Esoteric Society YouTube is where Tis posts her content for perpetuity. It includes her Call of Cthulhu 7E game. It also includes a D&D game called Ishbel and a variety of other games that she has streamed, including a miniseries she ran at the beginning of the year of 7C. So do check her YouTube out too. Make sure you subscribe to those channels. It's free on YouTube to do so. And if you are watching content on those channels, make sure to click the like button, the thumbs up button on YouTube, and post a comment. By doing both, you actually boost up those videos in the algorithm for the YouTube search to show that it is an engaging piece of content, and they're going to post it higher in search rankings when people are searching for TTRPG content like ours. Also, it lets YouTube know that people want to see this stuff, so it'll push it out more. Okay, so do that, please. It's a free way to support us and support TIS as well. And we have amazing friends that do TTRPGs and other activities, not just here with us, but also on their own channels. Junie Valanash, what you got going on?
I strangle yarn so I don't go to prison. It's a really cool thing. I make things. They're cute. They're adorable. Not to mention, they represent exactly how we are in this world at this moment. A trash fire or a dumpster fire, you take your pick. Not only am I there on my channel, but I'm also on Ravenous Archon's channel every other Tuesday or Thursday, depending on where he's going with his rolling stuff. And then I actually appear on Wednesday nights. So Will doesn't have to be the only one in perpetuity being here on Wednesdays because we have Dark Ages with Mama and with Spotter. I can't move my hands to point at him.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
He's not in Dark Ages.
No, it's Theo. It's Theo. It's the other Nosferatu.
Oh.
Technically, your
Snatcher.
Technically, your bloodline is in Dark Ages, and
that's what I was going for. And then you'll see me here every Saturday for perpetuity, especially when I'm not here on break. So there you are. That's where I'm at. Go choke some yarn.
Yeah. All right. And then, of course, as Junie mentioned, Ravenous Archon, who is in every Wednesday stream with us and was also in Kansas City that wrapped last night. Boy. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that, I just can't wait for y'all to see that finale. Anyway. And so he also streams multiple nights a week on his channel doing a variety of TTRPGs, including some World of Darkness and other games. You need to check him out. For real. And then, of course, Mischievous Red, she does do some streaming, sometimes on Sundays, sometimes on other nights, depending on when she has the availability to do so. As she likes to say, join our Discord, because on our Discord, all these friends that you see linked in chat right now, our bot announces when they go live, so you can go check them out and support them. Yeah, we do that. And of course, there's re-rolls. He does run some TTRPGs on his channel. He's been on hiatus for a while due to life stuff, but hopefully they'll be returning soon. And then we have DM Daddy RPG, where you will find Jen of Thieves, who was also in Kansas City as Sunday Booth, another Bahari. Yeah, she was a Lamia. That was great. Yeah, so do check her out on DM Daddy RPG. They are running right now a werewolf V5 that's heavily homebrewed and a old school hunter game instead of the hunter V5 version. And then they also are about to be starting up soon a Vampire the Masquerade V20 game on DM Daddy RPG. So do give them some love too. And of course, if you would like to catch some studio merch, you can do so by clicking on the Zazzle link that will hopefully go up in chat very soon. Maybe. If not, I will do it. There it is. Okay. Thank you, Astral. And on that, yep, John here's got the Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. Yeah. Yeah. He got the standard tee instead of the ringer tee, and that's valid because where he lives, it's fucking hot.
I'm just going to say one of my favorite quotes about Texas was Sherman talking about it, the general, William Tecumseh Sherman, and he said, if I owned Texas and hell, I would rent out Texas and live in hell. Yes,
because it's fucking hot down there. I've been in Texas in summer. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so definitely check out our Zazzle because you can get your Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. You can get your cat's to-do list, which was kick ass, take names, be a dragon because she was a Mitzi, and Dracula. The first three were checked. The last one is not checked on that merch because we just don't know if she did or didn't.
How did she get the ring?
How did she get the ring? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Oh, he liked it.
I give it 3 months.
Oh, it was only one time, okay? That's all they needed. Get it out of their system.
I didn't even need to do the full 3 months. How about that shit?
Only one time. But yeah. If it happened at all, just once, okay?
Ask in the Q&A. Everyone wants to know.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, and for those adult rated merch, because they have swear words on them, you need to make sure you're signed into Zazzle. Otherwise, they won't show them to you. When you sign into Zazzle, you have your account. You want to make sure your settings are set so that you can see everything. Okay, because we have to rate them because Zazzle will ding us and not allow us to sell them if we don't rate them appropriately. So yeah, because kids. They can see all the violence on TV that they can possibly see, but don't let them see a swear word.
I'm Gen X. What the fuck's a swear word?
I know, right?
Oh, you mean basic conversational techniques?
Yes. Anyway, so that's our Zazzle merch. But I really, we don't make much money off of it. We make pennies off of shit. Seriously. I think we've only ever had one cash out, and we've been having merch on our site for years. But anyway, check it out if you're interested. Also, if you would like to support this amazing cast, you can do so by showing us your biddies. Bits and donations are given to our cast here at McStabber Studios. And if you would like to support the studio itself, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us if you enjoy our content. And as I said before, a free way to support us is through YouTube by liking and commenting on videos after subscribing to the channel. But you can also buy Mama a coffee. We have a coffee link because Twitch is a nasty pimp that likes to take like close to half. I think they reduced it recently, but they like to take close to half, and coffee doesn't. So you can buy Mama a coffee. Yeah, but we understand if financially you can't give right now, and that's okay. That's completely valid. We get it. Okay. You can literally just go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel for free, like and comment. It takes a few minutes of your time. That's it. And that's a free way to support us. And we appreciate you for doing that. Coming up over the next week, our schedule. Yeah, we back at it for the summer, y'all. All right. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Vampire the Masquerade, Dark Ages. We are going to Prince Otto's fucking meeting about the Dracula problem.
Only a problem for the Tzimisce who are scared shitless because he's going to kill him.
I know, right?
We're going to be fine with him regardless of what happens.
Seriously, what's the fucking problem? He's like going to be the best Tzimisce of an age.
Yeah.
Why does that intimidate you? Embrace that shit, says the Tula Sombra.
Look, even the Nos is realizing that the Tzimisce are just fucking the dog on that one. Embrace him or get off the pot, you fucking weirdos. Come on.
Yep. Seriously. So that's Dark Ages, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then we have Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, a brand new series that Shanky is running. Just started this past week on Thursday, Eclipse Phase. It is a sci-fi transhumanism type game where you literally can swap bodies left and right and be anything. Anything. And they're stuck in a big old mystery, and I swear it's a trap. Totally a trap. Because it's a Shanky game. It's always a trap.
Absolutely a trap.
Always a trap. Never trust the Shanky. That's right.
When things are too clean, no. Don't trust it.
So that's Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Kansas City crew is back, but out of character. You get to see the players of Kansas City at the table talking with you, the viewers, doing a live end of series, end of chronicle Q&A. So if you have any questions about our characters from Kansas City, the story, things for the storyteller that you were wondering why he did things the way he did, that kind of stuff, make sure you are present on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern so you can ask your questions and get the answers live from us. And we might be able to convince a couple guests to show up too, so you can ask them questions about their characters too. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then, of course, we'll be back here for season 2, episode 2. A Vampire the Masquerade Chicago Hidden City at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yep. So we will see you back here for this game next Saturday. And lastly, please take care of yourselves, y'all. Take care of your mental well-being. It is real important to do so. It's important to recognize when you are under too much stress, when you are starting to crack under the pressure, when you are burning out, when you are overwhelmed. And it's okay to need help in those moments. If you have a support network, please lean on them. Okay? If you have professionals that you can get help from, please seek them out, get an appointment, get seen, get the help. If you don't have those things and you are in crisis, please contact a crisis support line. Right now in chat, there's a group of organizations you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if those topics address what you are struggling with. If, however, they do not address it, you are outside of the US, or you are otherwise engaged in something else other than watching this stream when you are in crisis, please remember to go to findahelpline.com. Please go to that website, real easy, findahelpline.com. You can search by your location. They cover over 140 countries, and you can find the crisis support resources available to you. Please reach out to those organizations if you need it, because they are there to help. They want to help. They do not see you as a burden. They want to help get you off that edge of crisis, and they want to connect you with community resources to help you keep yourself off the edge of crisis. Please utilize them, okay? We want you around a long time. And also, I'm real passionate about that and physical health because I'm a fucking registered nurse, y'all. And I want you to also get your goddamn shots. Yeah. Get them. Get your vaccines. There is absolutely no fucking reason why we should have vaccine preventable illnesses killing people, including children. Fucking get your shots. And if you're a parent, it's your responsibility to protect your children and fucking get them vaccinated. Otherwise, it is harmful neglect. For real. Get your shots. And if you have a dependent that's reliant on you, make sure they get their shots too. Also, take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can. Make sure you're wearing SPF when you get that sunshine, because skin cancer sucks, y'all. All right? And don't think because you can tan that you aren't at risk. You are. Because you don't have to burn to get skin cancer. Yeah. And also, if you had any complicity with the fascism that is on the rise, not just in America, but around the world, if you voted for it, if you voted for a third party or minority party that has no hope in hell, if you threw away your vote by abstaining, by just not giving a fuck, by not being able to find it within yourself to be bothered, fuck off, because blood's on your hands. Thousands of people have already died. Thousands upon thousands. Look at Gaza. Look at countries around the world where U.S. aid has been cut off. Thousands upon thousands are dying. And thousands of thousands more will die here in the U.S. too. Because of eugenics and fascism and shit that's going on here. If you were complicit in this, just go. Go away. We don't want you here. We're not tolerant of you. Fuck off. For the rest of us, it's bleak, y'all. It's real fucking bleak. Literally every day there's just worse news. Every day. We've got to get through this together. We've got to look out for one another. We have to create good trouble every opportunity we fucking can. And that good trouble is doing things like fucking hounding your goddamn elected representatives, fucking calling them as much and as frequently as you can. Literally running their staffers ragged until they fucking quit. For real. Call, email, fax, because they still have faxes. Yeah. Yeah. So literally do that. Also, if you're prone to protest, please do so safely. Please do so safely. Be aware of what's going around in your community, what's going on. ICE raids are increasing exponentially. Look out for your neighbors, look out for your loved ones, be aware of what's going on, and stay safe. Please. All cops are bad, y'all, because even the ones that technically aren't are complicit. And remember, every day is Shut the Fuck Up Friday. You don't say shit, except I'd like to speak to an attorney. Don't give them anything. Said with all sincerity. Y'all have a good night.